Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Happy Wednesday. Today we have another topic that was requested, so I hope you enjoy it. So the question was, in terms of asexuality and aromanticism, do you believe someone who identifies as those might in fact have unresolved issues? And that leads to a state in which they don't recognize their need for intimacy. How does one identify those issues, especially without a trauma directly linked to sexuality? So this is an interesting one. So I've talked about asexuality before. I've talked about being aromantic. So for those of you who are not aware, asexuality is when you're not sexually interested. Aromantic is when you're not romantically interested. Okay, like most people would be considered sexual because they will look at people and they will, we are sexual creatures. They would look for some sort of sexual relationship with other people. That's just how people are. That's just how animals are in general. That's just how it is. Now, the aromantic part, that's when you're not interested romantically. That's not something that is of your interest. But that doesn't mean that you can't be in a relationship. If you're asexual, it doesn't mean you can't have sex. It doesn't mean any of those things. So let me just clear that up right away. So the question was, do I believe that people who identify as that may have unresolved issues? For some people, absolutely yes. Okay, it could be due to some sort of past trauma that someone had went through that they identify a certain way and are not interested in sex. Like if you were sexually abused, you may not be interested in sex for a variety of different reasons, but you may not be aware. And the second part of the question was, how do you become aware? Honestly, when it comes to any sort of past trauma and abuse that you went through, the thing you got to remember is there's nothing to be ashamed of. Whatever happened in the past happened, and you have to move on from it, and you have to be the best version of yourself. You got to be the best you can be, and you can't blame yourself for what other people have done to you. Okay? If you were abused, if you were neglected, it's not your fault that those things happened to you. I blame myself for many years for all the issues that I had until I realized, guess what? It's not me. It's the person who gave birth to me, who raised me for a certain amount of years of my life. That is where the problem lies, and that is still where the problem lies. But now I am no longer connected, to that sort of negativity, meaning that I don't blame myself for actions that do not involve me. Hopefully that makes sense. So the interesting thing about that is, I would always recommend, talking with someone who is trained in some sort of trauma, people who can understand you a bit better, and just get your thoughts out, get your ideas out, because even though you may not be aware of what happened and what's going on, when you begin to bring it to the surface and begin to talk about it more and more memories will come to you. And that's what scares a lot of people. So don't be scared of those things. Just allow it to happen so you can move on from it and be better. Okay? It takes time. It really does. But I know that with enough time and dedication, you can succeed with this. I know you can. So regardless of if you... Ow! Oh. Well, there you go. I just ended the video abruptly. That's going to make it hard to work out now. Anyway, so yeah, let me know if you're asexual or aromantic. I'm really curious to know. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you later. Okay? You all take care now.